News now. Manchester United are continuing to look for opportunities to strengthen their squad with at least one more midfielder this summer. West Ham's Baleba Fernandes, one of the players they're interested in. United are doing background work on Fernandes, who is seen as a realistic acquisition following West Ham's relegation. We understand that West Ham value Fernandes at around £80 million and are in no rush to sell the player. Elliot Anderson continues to be high on United's list of targets, with the club holding a long-term interest in the Nottingham Forest midfielder. Forest have already rejected an initial offer from Manchester City for Anderson, who's currently, of course, at the World Cup with England. It remains to be seen if United will make a move in the coming weeks. United also remain interested in Bournemouth's Alex Scott. In May, Sky Sports News reported Bournemouth had begun talks over a new contract with the midfielder, who featured in 37 Premier League games for the club last season. Brighton's Carlos Baleba remains an option for United as well. They were put off by the price tag last summer, but could move for the 22-year-old if there is a significant breakthrough between the two clubs. Meanwhile, Casemiro, Tyrell Malacia and Jadon Sancho are among those leaving United this summer after the expiry of their contracts. Casemiro's departure was confirmed in January, and he made his final appearance in the club's last home game of the season against Nottingham Forest. The 34-year-old's been strongly linked with a move to the MLS this summer. Sancho departs United without making an appearance for the club in almost 2 years. The winger spent time out on loan at both Aston Villa, Chelsea and also Borussia Dortmund over the last 3 seasons. Elsewhere,
indeed, for England. What do you think will be occupying his mind most? Well, we touched on Gordon Rashford, but in terms of selection for Croatia, what do you think is occupying his mind most of all?
Well, I think you probably have to say that Mark Gay will come back in, maybe alongside maybe Konsa. I'm not sure there's much more to think about for me if I'm looking at that and the way they played today against a very poor Costa Rica side, other than just like to have seen those chances taken. He doesn't seem to be worried about anything too much, simply because he just feels like he saw everything he needed to see in respect of the unity, the way they played, the way the substitutes came on and contributed. But like, all I would say, looking from outside in, is maybe just see them chances taken.
Yeah, and sometimes these games just confirm what you already know. You always obviously learn about players. He said he's alive with the attitude, the urgency. Okay, we've said more quality to come. He spoke about the levels, but he also knows deep down, him and his staff, that they have to go up another few more levels against Croatia. Do they look ready for that? Yeah, I think so. But they've got a week to play with. Again, he said they have a game tomorrow. And, yeah, that's the challenge. Everything's going along lovely, but that doesn't guarantee you a big performance next week against Croatia, because we've mentioned earlier, them boys are warriors.
Yeah. And you know, sometimes when you had pre-season, when I'm talking about club football, things went really well. You think, oh, we're ready for the first game. Yeah. You throw in an absolute stinker and you go, where'd that come from?
Yeah. And that's the worry for most managers. When things are going along nicely, like they have done in the last week or two, and since he's named the squad, and a lot of pluses, and there's been good PR around England, and nice reception tonight. Yeah. They all seem a happy bunch. But football can change quickly. You know, they get a sucker punch next week.
Roy, I think that the players, they'll have so much respect for Croatia that they'll be ready. They'll be ready in respect of a team that's ready to go. They won't start slowly. I think they'll know exactly what they're up against, and they'll need to start well against that team.
And the next few days, the last few games I've had, the friendly games, I bet you've not even mentioned the opposition. He'll obviously be doing his homework now in terms of Croatia. He's already done, but bringing that to the table regarding with the players and telling them what they'll be facing.
And to be fair, from what we've seen, our league is so demanding, and quite a lot of the players played in European finals as well. To get that balance right between giving them a bit of a rest, physically and mentally, but making sure that they're sharp enough when it comes. It does look from that as if he's got that right. Yeah. Now, it might not mean anything. If England are 2-0 down after 20 minutes against Croatia, you go, what happened there then? But in terms of the way that he's played it up to now, it looks right, doesn't it?
It does. It does look right, and everybody who has come on and if they've started or they've come on, they look like they're ready to go. It's not like he maybe could have had a bit more rest. I think it's been perfect up to this point.
That's the challenge for any manager. Yeah. Whatever about doing coaching sessions, preparing the team, but they all will be a little bit uptight now because it's another week to play with. So that's the job of the manager, getting that balance right, a little bit of free time, but don't switch off too much. But before you know it, the game will be here. And just, again, I suppose there's always worry for that managers will be ready for that kick-off next week. Yeah. And the way it sounds, they will be.
Yeah. And I mean, Gabe says to him, do you know what your team is? Well, not really. He does, doesn't he?
Of course he does.
He knows 8, 9, 10 of those, doesn't he?
Without a doubt. What was he going to tell Gabe? Was he going to tell Gabe?
Here it is, Gabriel.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't, he'll have to know by now. Yeah, there might be 1 or 2 tweaks, but...
And does that mean Madueke starts instead of Saka?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
The only thing I've seen from Saka tonight, a little bit, the few opportunities he got where he was trying to go past, to me, he has lost that spark a little bit, and the timing isn't great. And if he's kind of carrying an injury, maybe that might cost him a little bit, because I think he has lost his spark. There was a couple of chances he had there on the edge of the box to go past people, and he didn't do that. And that might be a little worry for the manager.
I
think the game tonight, there was a bit more intensity tonight, particularly from the opposition in terms of physicality. There was good energy and urgency from England, which I enjoyed. And obviously there's more quality to come, which will come against better opposition. So I think the manager, in terms of his plans, yeah, there was a delay today, but I think he'll be delighted with the 2 games, particularly no injuries.
Yeah. And there was a real purpose about England, wasn't there? As if to get through the first game against New Zealand because acclimatisation and, you know, air in the lungs, etc., etc. But today a little bit more right. There's a World Cup.
The pitch, the heat and that. But like today, they seem to step it up, obviously. I think Rice, Anderson and Bellingham looked pretty nailed on. I thought Gordon, I've got to say with Gordon, as much as at the start, I think I have to go with what Roy said at half-time. And, you know, taking him on the outside, I thought he looked very sharp. He looked really, like, purposeful tonight. And he's somebody that I think he's put himself in a shout with a start now. I thought he was very good. And in the end, obviously, you look at a Costa Rica side, a very poor side. I thought they were poor, but I thought that the way we went at them is what we should be doing. And we should take more of those chances, what we missed as well.
Anthony Gordon made it 2-0 with the most emphatic of penalties after Ez's shot had been handled. Aria is the defender, actually. And we're going to do that in a second because Declan Rice is talking to Gabriel Clark before all that.
Dec, well done. It was physical, it was hot. How did England do?
Really well, in my opinion. Manager was on to us before the game to ramp it up. Intensity with the ball, counter-pressing. And I thought the performance tonight was top from everyone, even the boys who come off the bench. It was an outstanding second-half performance, so really good last game before it all starts.
Thank you. And you had the start. Did you feel a particular pressure to take the chance?
Not particular pressure. I think there's always pressure when you play for England because you know there's some top players behind you. Not behind you, but you know, waiting on the bench to come on and make their impact. There's always pressure. If you can't deal with that, you're at the wrong level.
It worked particularly well down the left-hand side in the first half, didn't it? We saw that obviously with Dec's goal.
I'm playing with 2 amazing players, so they make me look much better.
Yeah. What in particular do you think that England have found now tonight and in the last week or so?
I think we've adapted. You can see the heat's not really a problem now. I think the first week, 10 days, has been adapting to the heat. I think playing with him and Nico, we were speaking all week about how we're going to play, how we're going to rotate and be fluid, and you see that in the first half. And I think you see as a group now we're building confidence, we're building a fitness, and going into that first game now we've got more training sessions, we're going to keep building, and yeah, it's really good.
You had some shoes to fill on the penalty, but the practice has obviously been going well.
Yeah, I was buzzing H's off. I was looking around to find him, and when I knew he was off, I wanted to take it. So yeah, I love penalties, I love the pressure often. Glad to see that one going.
Guys, thank you very much. Well done.
Thank you.
Interesting to hear Declan Rice saying it really was about stepping up the intensity, and you could really tell that today. There he is, look, signing a Barcelona shirt. The first of many he's going to sign, and probably already has signed as a new Barcelona wide man. And the penalty that he took, as he said, Harry Kane's off the pitch, would always normally take penalties. He took it exceptionally well after Jude Bellingham had done well, actually, to set up Eza. And then the defender, Aria, tries to get away with it. Looks so guilty, doesn't he?
He got 2 penalties for that, yeah.
As he leant into it.
But still, again, we talk about pass and move, but sometimes you got to run at people, and Bellingham, great feet. Again, he'd be delighted, great movement, not great defending. And then they're obviously getting tired. As he was hanging on quite a few times on the edge of the box. But again, sometimes you got to go at people. And this is a clear penalty. And again, nice confidence for Gordon. He wanted to take it. He was delighted to see Kane off it. Clear penalty. He obviously raises his hand to it. And it was never in doubt. As soon as he stepped up to it, no doubt he practices these. He's got a good record. And
this is the way to take him, isn't
beautiful.
It?
Yeah.
Ian, what do you think? You do take penalties.
You can see he's somebody, he's not missed. So you can see somebody that practices very hard. He's not looking at the keeper. He's not stuttering. You know, he's 12 yards out. He knows that he's got a good enough strike. If he gets a good clean strike on it, it's going to do that because he practiced them enough.
Yeah.
And the key for these players, well, the reaction we've seen in the last couple of games is what you can't beat is competition within the group. And England certainly have that.
Absolutely, because when Rashford came on, he looked like he had plenty about him as well.
Yeah, he knows that he's in for a battle now.
That's going to be a really interesting decision for Thomas Tuchel. And then Ollie Watkins, extraordinary when you look back at the start of last season, the season that's just finished, just 1 goal in the first 19 for Villa. He then gets left out of the spring internationals and scores 11 in 11 starts for Villa.
Brilliant.
I mean, absolute streak player.
Brilliant for him.
Yeah.
Brilliant for him because, like, even this chance, obviously, keeper's had an absolute nightmare. I don't know what he's doing. He should be just catching
He can catch that.
Like, Ollie's in the place, and he's in the place to be right in the middle there. The ball's in and around where the striker should be following in, and that's what you get. That can happen. That could happen in a big game. Goalkeeper might make a poor mistake, and he's there to.
He'll be buzzing with that, right? He won't.
Absolutely be buzzing with that.
And you do that every time, don't you? I mean, you'd run it 10 times a match, and if the keeper catches it 10 out of 10, so be it.
Especially when you watch a keeper like that. The keeper looks very nervy anyway. Any shots that's going in, you've got to follow him in.
And any really good striker, we spoke previously about it. Great strikers I played, and Riley would be the same. They want to score constantly, even in training. So when you get games like that, OK, it's 1 or 2 yards out, big mistake from the goalkeeper, but he'll be buzzing after that. Big moment for him.
Yeah.
Who would you pick? Who do you think Tuchel will pick between Gordon and Rashford? Because it's tight, isn't it?
If I'm going to be totally honest, like I said with Roy made a great point about going on the outside. He looked very sharp. He looked very focused. I'd probably start Gordon. It's all right, you can change your mind.
Yeah, no, I think,
We were at Rashford about 2 hours. But what, you want players to give you a headache.
Yes.
And we're talking about Gordon's probably lack of minutes for Newcastle at the end of the season. But on the other side of it, he'll be on a high with a dream move to Barcelona. So if the manager's picking his team tonight, obviously a lot can happen the next week regarding training and maybe injuries. But Gordon, you would think, would maybe just get the nod because of his assist and his goal tonight.
Yeah.
It just might be that they keep driving each other's standards up, particularly over a long World Cup.
Dream scenario for the manager, the players driving each other on.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect. OK, one for Costa Rica now in the last warm-up game before England start the World Cup against Croatia this time next week. And the World Cup starts today, your time back home, because it's past midnight. We'll have Mexico, South Africa, and the opening ceremony, 6:15 your time. Time then to hear from Thomas Tuchel, the England manager. Here he is with Gabriel Clark.
Thomas, 3-0, minutes for just about every player. It was physical. How did England do?
We did very well. We deserved to win. We should have had more goals, could have easily scored more, created a lot, but the attitude and the energy and intensity was on a very high level.
Anthony Gordon, a goal and an assist. How did he do?
Everyone did well. It's not about one individual player today. It was a very good team performance. We wanted to have this push to the next level, and we clearly got it. Like everyone in the stadium could feel it. Interaction with the fans was amazing. So we did a lot for it. We worked hard. Counter-pressing was good. Defending, attitude, togetherness, everything on a very, very high level.
Did tonight change your mind or make your mind up on key positions?
No, that tonight just makes my mind very calm because we're on absolutely the right way, and I'm very proud on what I saw today on the team spirit and the behavior. The guys who came in were super influential. The guys who came out were pushing from behind on the bench. It's exactly what we wanted.
Did we see the role of finishers tonight? Did we see that intensity level that can be added?
Yeah, we just saw very good substitutes who were, of course, disappointed to not start and come in and just play with the same intensity and the same quality against a more tired opponent. So well done to everyone.
Everyone's fit, it seems. Do you know your 11? Do you have it in your head for next week?
No, I will find now 11 for tomorrow's game, and then I have another 6 days, I think.
Yeah. And what will this next 6 days involve in terms of preparing for Croatia and obviously the big one, the kickoff?
Yeah, first of all, we do a match tomorrow, another friendly match to get some minutes into the legs of the players who didn't play so much today, and then the players get 1.5 days off, switch off physically but also mentally, and then we change location, go to Kansas, and we'll prepare for Croatia. I think what we saw today was exactly what we wished for and was exactly what we wanted. So I'm very calm and, like I said, very proud and the way we won today and the way we played.
Next stop, Kansas.
Next stop, Kansas. Yeah, ready.
Next stop, Kansas.